we are live. Except fit to welcome back to yet another episode of the local host. This is going to be an interesting one because I'm one tech in a room with people that are not technical people. So yeah, it's just like basic knowledge, like general knowledge of what happens in the technology space, like basic questions like why do you have WhatsApp updating on a regular basis? And just, conversations, right? Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
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 Cool. so, so what's the first question that you guys have for me today? And don't ask me about how much I'm making because I'm not gonna answer that question.
Okay. I have a question.
Sure.
Um, how does what are the positives and negatives
Of tech.
impact on technology?
Okay, cool. So this was like an unprepared speech. Remember when we were doing a prepared speech? So right now we're using a camera to take a video. We're using something to record the audio. We're transmitting the video from there to here. That's technology, right? So at the end of the day, the positive and the negative will always be there. But what is the difference? The difference is anything that's negative that's used to hurt people. That's the negative side of technology. Like, for example, people are being scammed. They're using AI to generate videos to scam people. People are being hacked into, right? They use malicious ways or different ways to find access to access your phone and do all of those things. So those are the things that are the disadvantages or the negative side of technology. But the positive sides, like you have to look at, an X-ray. An X-ray, it's able to scan through your bones, right? That's technology. So there are advantages, but the disadvantages are on the basis of the people that have the technology. They use it to their not so nice, benefit. Like they want to hurt people with technology. So I think that will be a broader, negative versus positive. Did I answer your question? Yo, I'm dying.
Yo, umuntu wami.
Okay. What's the other one? You must come with these questions, Bella. What's the question? Is there no question?
Um, why do we need our apps to be updated?
Okay, so it's I think the best example that I can use now is why do you go to school to learn something new, right? Um, most of the apps that we have on our phones, they're not final products. They may look final products, yes. They're able to do maybe a calculator is able to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but it's not able to do a lot of calculation. Like a calculator on your phone, like 1 plus 1, those are simple calculations. But there are other scientific calculations that require specific methods. And those specific methods, some people are not able to discover them on time or be able to produce them. But for mere calculator to calculate simple numbers, they'll give you that as, a product. And then you use it. But there comes someone who wants to use it for something that's out of the ordinary, from just calculating numbers. They want to find distance, they want to calculate velocity. And then, then you need to update the features of that specific application. I don't know if I'm making sense. Like, for example, if you download your WhatsApp today, WhatsApp will have features that are being added or it will have bug fixes. So fixing something that is not working properly on your WhatsApp. So sometimes you'll be viewing a status and all of a sudden it's stuck. You can't move on to the next screen. So what WhatsApp does, or the team of developers there by WhatsApp, they will go and fix that bug based on how it's supposed to originally work. So that's why we have the constant updates. It's because of new features that they want to add, and also because of bug fixes when something is broken. So that's one of the reasons why. So yeah.
Um, do you think that technology, the evolution of technology, is good for us right now?
It depends.
Because for example, at school,
Yeah.
uh, kids these days they
It-
use technology to like copy
to
in
cheat, yeah,
yeah to cheat,
yeah.
and in the old days you didn't have that.
There
So
was some form of technology. It could not have been, you know. But I get what you're saying. I think this is where now schools want to restrict people from using, coming with phones to school because, like, almost every question is out there. What technology does to us, it either makes us too smart or it makes us too lazy. Because now almost everything you can get by just going to ChatGPT and Googling. All right, you Google something and then you find, and then there we go, it's there. So for most kids, the amount of effort they take to go into cheating or to try to cheat, it's simpler with technology. Whereas before, you would either find a way to write on your t-shirt or hide something. Like, it will be more of an effort compared to now. So I think technology in terms of that is also a negative, going back to the initial question, that in the wrong hands, with the wrong intentions, it then becomes a problem. Because again, when you think about technology evolving, at some point we used to use chalk. So the teachers will always have dirty pockets. They'll because they'll always have those white, chalks. But now they're using, your smart boards to teach, where they can simply mark whatever is there and whatnot. But because other people want to use it for other motives, then it becomes a negative. So there is that negative impact, but the problem is it affects you as an individual once you get into, you know, a higher grade. Because now, yeah, there's no other way around it.
like what do you think of like TikTok? And because studies show that people spend more time on TikTok,
Yeah,
and what do you think like of that?
yeah,
Because people don't get time to go out and explore
yeah, yeah.
but waste their time on TikTok. So what do you think of that?
Hey, it's a difficult question. That's why. Yeah. So, look again. There's positives and negatives of everything in technology, right? If you look at a lot of careers that are booming on social media, it's because of the likes of TikToks, right? People have short attention span now. Like, you get bored in 30 seconds if you watch something that doesn't interest you.
30 seconds is long.
30 seconds is long. So you have people that end up having, the short-term attention span, which it then becomes a problem because people now would not go on or and read, or will not go on a podcast and watch it for a whole hour without it having the entertainment that it needs to have, because now they're so used to that fast, dopamine release, because it happens, the more you scroll, like, it's one funny joke after the other, like, there's always new stuff. And remember, TikTok is not just in South Africa, it's like all over the world. So now everyone all over the world is now bombarding you with different, kind of content. And it's content that you like. It's content that you enjoy. Like
That you
some
relate to.
yeah, it's content that you relate to because there's an algorithm behind that, right? This is where, again, technology is there. Like, there's a dev that's writing code, does the algorithm to make sure that I learn your behaviors. That, okay, you like food content, you like small kids content, you like dancing content, you like car content. And then now, when you get onto the app next time, you see what you like. You scroll down. It's something that you like. So you keep going on and on and on and on until, like, you don't notice how much hours you spend on TikTok because of that dopamine release. So, what was your question again? I forgot.
Like, is TikTok
good.
What do you think about TikTok?
Oh
Is
yeah,
it
like
good?
it's good and bad. Like it goes back to technology being a good and a bad thing at the same time,
Mm.
because um, it's good for people that make money out of it, creates jobs. It's bad for people that become depressed because of TikTok, because it can simply put you in a depressive state where now you cannot get yourself out of the bubble, and like you all you want is TikTok, you know. So there's that disadvantage and an advantage.
So is like technology a good career for an individual?
It depends, man. Like I think, which is something that I would later, dive into. That it's important to understand that technology is here to stay, and it's here to change and evolve over time. So it will be here. So it's something that one needs to understand that it needs to be part of you. So if you don't become part of it as a career, you might feel a little bit outdated because it keeps on evolving. So making it a career is also a good choice. But you need to take into consideration that technology evolves very quick these days. So to answer your question is yes, you can consider getting into technology. And it doesn't mean that you're gonna be a dev or a um what's the other career that you guys know about
An
tech?
IT specialist.
An IT specialist, because technology is broad. You can get into hardware, you can get into networking, you can get into hardware programming, building softwares for hardware. Those small things, but it's not small; it's actually big. You can get into building graphics. That's also part of technology. Building, animation, for example, those animes that you see. There's technology that goes in behind in that goes behind building that kind of tech. Happiness.
I have another question.
Ladies first.
Okay. Okay, ladies first. Ladies
Can
first.
you explain about cookies? What are cookies?
Hey, ish, cookies, man. Cookies. What are cookies?
Because when you see cookies on your phone, you're thinking, oh, they want me to munch something. Doesn't make sense. Like, why do
um,
they call them cookies? What are cookies?
I may give a very wrong answer, but I may also give a not so great answer. But in my understanding, cookies is what they use to track whatever you're gonna be doing on your browser. So if you go, you usually get the cookies option when you go on a website. So they want to track your activity. Let's say you go into this page. What do you do on this page? Do you buy something? Do you look at something? Do you review something? I think that's the purpose of cookies. So when you have to get into more technical detail, that is more like data capturing of your behavior. And then they send all of that as a report that so many individuals came in and they did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this means it's something that a lot of people enjoy. That's how they end up building algorithm also.
Okay.
I can Google cookies quickly to check if I didn't give you a wrong answer. Okay, cool. So, um, okay. I feel like I'm a what do you call this? Uh, what are cookies? Browser cookies. Okay. So a browser cookie are small text files that website sends to your device while you're on while you browse. They actually act as a website's memory, allowing sites to remember your login status, shopping cart items, and personal information. Um, yeah. So it's user storage. And then there's first party cookies, third party cookies. So first-party cookies created directly by the website you are actively visiting. They actually keep logging in and remembering site settings, like your dark mode. If you went on a website on a dark mode, when you come back the next time, it takes you back to a dark mode. And then third-party cookies are created by a website other than the one you're on, often by advertising and analytics company. They are primarily used to track your browser habits across the web to serve target ads. Not sure if so. Yeah, happiness. Did I answer that question right?
Yeah.
There's no confidence. Cool. So, can I ask you guys a question?
Sure.
It's a simple question. When you create a password, do you think that your password can be cracked?
Can be cracked.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you think about it?
Yes, it can be correct.
No, do you think about it when you're creating the password?
No.
Just out of curiosity.
No, truthfully, no.
No.
So I'm sure it has your family name or someone in your family probably has an ID number there in between date of birth.
Yes.
And then it has maybe your favorite pet.
Maybe my name, even.
Do you think it's important to make sure that your password is difficult?
I think, Mara, it must not be difficult to you. Like, you must remember it.
What do you think?
What is the question again?
Do you think that your password should be difficult?
Not really.
It should be easy for you to remember.
But then who's going to think about what I'm going to type in? For example, what if I type in like password as it is?
Okay. Do you think that's a good password to put in as your password?
No.
Why?
It can be cracked.
Okay.
I think it's good.
Yeah?
I think it's good.
Wait, so you think it's good, ne?
Yes.
Why do you think it's good? Because you think that nobody will ever think about it
Yes. No one would think to write password.
as your password.
Yes. No one would do that.
Interesting stuff, ne? Yeah, guys, life is gonna be nice for you, eh? So how do you think somebody gets hacked? Out of curiosity, how do you think someone gets hacked? Like someone just comes in and steals your Facebook profile. How do you think that happens?
I think you get hacked. Maybe like, for example,
Yeah.
you do YouTube.
Yeah.
And then that YouTube account.
Yeah.
Okay, let me not say YouTube. Okay, Instagram.
Yeah.
Instagram account. Your Instagram account maybe has millions of followers.
Yeah.
And
But your password is weak.
yes.
It's
Yeah,
password.
the password is weak.
And then your username is what? Everybody knows your username.
Yes, everybody knows
So
it.
meaning that 1 million people can try to steal your password or
Yes, try to steal my account.
your account.
Yes.
So what will stop them from trying? See why your password needs to be strong. Because someone can easily steal your profile or your account, your TikTok account, and go and sell it to someone else. Like if you can have 1 million followers, right?
Yeah.
With your million followers, someone can go and steal your account and then sell it to someone who is still building their own account.
Yes.
And you know what's the other tricky part or the other funny part? They can hack into her account, use her account to get details from you or to borrow money from you. You know that's possible, right? Right? Because they know that you trust her, that she can borrow money from you. And that's the negative side of technology. That's how people get scammed. Because when you have multiple profiles or multiple accounts, right, someone can simply dupe and create another account, take pictures from your Instagram account, and then from creating that, they have your other account and they say it's official. And then
Catfish.
catfish. And then they hoy everyone there, right? And then they start asking them for money. Hectic, right? Hectic. See how important your password is?
Yeah.
You're thinking about it, innit?
Do you still think that
Password
password as
is
a
a good-
password is a good password? That's the question.
Do you?
Yeah, yeah. Now I think so.
You think different, right?
Yes.
So this is the most important thing about understanding like technology. You're not the only one using it. There are people that you guys are still in school. I'm definitely way out of school. I have a lot of experience in the tech space. And I know for a fact that a lot of kids in high school create simple passwords. Can be their boyfriend's password, can be anyone's password. Their password can be anyone, right? I can simply catfish into their account. The person will probably be very viral. And I can get their credentials simple. Hectic stuff, right? I know. Do you have a question? But what's your take on the password thing? Now you have to look at life different in terms of creating a password.
Right now, I think that yeah, it's important to have a strong password
Mm.
because it's easily to get hacked.
Yeah.
Because most teenagers, okay, let me not say most, some want to be famous.
Yeah.
They want to be known.
Yeah.
So a hacker can hack their account and yeah, as you said, ask for money or yeah,
It's
take their followers or whatever. Mara, I think that yes, you need a difficult password.
ask. Ask.
When creating that password,
Yeah.
how does the system of that app save that password?
Okay. So usually when they save the password, they encrypt the password. So maybe your password is password, but when it's saved on the database of your login credentials, it's not saved as password. It's saved as a very random string that is encrypted. And for it to come back and verify that password is actually password, it needs to be decrypted, right? But that's more difficult for hackers to do now. That's why they rather come to you directly or come through your friend to get your credentials.
The reason why I'm asking is that my phone has a password,
Yeah,
and if they steal my phone,
yeah.
they cannot open my phone, but they can delete all the data that's here.
On your phone,
Yeah,
but not on your cloud.
on my phone.
They can delete all the data that's on your phone.
Yeah,
You're talking about factory reset, right? Yes, no, maybe?
maybe.
Okay. So when you're on Android, it's different. When you're on iOS, it's different. When you're in Huawei, it's also different. Right? But what I know is Android now is smart because what they do, even if you try to factory reset, it still has a memory of the previous Gmail account that accessed it. So now it makes it difficult for anybody to actually clear it out. Unless if you take out some stuff there, which will probably break the phone, which you don't want because it then makes the phone of less value. See, smart people that use technology to bulletproof your phone and your security.
So I have a question.
Cool.
Let's say your phone gets stolen and it's an Android.
Yeah.
So um how do does like the people who stole the phone
Yeah.
clear everything and like change the password and everything.
Well, that it's possible now. Let's say, for example, the person that stole your phone knows who you are. They probably know your email address,
Mm.
No,
right?
but I think he means in a state where maybe you lost your phone in the taxi,
Uh huh.
or
Something. Yes.
yeah, like just losing your phone, not necessarily the phone being stolen by someone else who
Ah,
knows him.
okay.
Yeah,
So how do they clear?
Yeah, like
yeah.
they found the phone
Yeah, and then
and
they cleared
then they
everything.
found the password.
Yeah, they found
How?
the password.
Yes, it has a password, isn't it?
Yeah, but how did they find the password?
No,
Like
not finding the password of the
they
phone,
found it in the
but they
phone.
found it having a password.
Okay,
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
how did they bypass the
yes.
password?
Yes.
And like the how do they reset the phone? That's
Well,
what I basically mean.
well, there are instructions on Google on how to reset a phone.
Mm.
If you guys didn't know, there's a way to hard reset your phone. But again, like I mentioned, with older phones, you could do that. But with the newer phones, with the Android ones, they have your Gmail account or the previous person's account that is linked to the phone. So it makes it hard for them to actually reset. So they probably need some third party software, which would probably have to do a very hard reset. And then that's how they're able to wipe out your phone.
Okay.
I don't know if I answered that question the way you guys wanted.
Okay. I have a question.
Hey, those questions they must keep coming. Cool.
I'm just being delusional there.
You're
If
being Delulu.
if technology didn't exist, how would the world be right now?
Hey man, that's a difficult question. I probably wouldn't have a job. The job that I have, I wouldn't have it. But also, you start to question how is it that you can send a message to someone in America over text and it's that quick, like split second. It makes you question how you can call someone in KZN or in Venda and they answer you talk in real time. Like there wouldn't be much progress in life from my perspective in terms of us being able to communicate. So there wouldn't be much of evolving that would happen if technology wasn't there. So I think technology from like it goes technology is everything. Like if someone who does networking was to come and explain to you how internet works, like your mind will be blown away. So it's quite interesting how that stuff works also. Dope.
How do you? I'm trying to phrase this question. Um, how is it like for you in the tech world right now?
For me,
Yes.
hey, that's a personal and difficult question. From a career perspective, personal perspective, financial perspective, which one?
Everything.
Everything. I think for people that probably have been following me for a while, they know that I got a job without a degree, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think that as a first thing, it becomes very hard to keep up with technology or keep up with a lot of stuff. And besides that, like there's that constant pressure in your mind that plays in your mind that, dude, you know, you need to prove yourself that you are better, that you are part of the elite who probably went to, your top universities to get a CS degree. Some even have PhDs, man. So in terms of that, it kind of makes it difficult for me because at times I do question myself. I do question my intellect. I do question my ability to adapt I do question my ability to learn new concepts and also memorize old concepts. There are things that I learned through the normal stream of a CS degree that I skipped. I just went into, hard labor. So I started, building without prior theory knowledge. So that is something that keeps playing in my mind every now and then. So it's like I have, what do they call it in English? When you have something over your shoulder, what do they call it? I
do
have
they
a
call
head
it?
over my shoulder or something like that. Like I keep looking back, I keep looking back that, I'm not good enough. So in terms of my career, that's how I feel. Um, Financially, it's so. We getting there. Eventually, we're gonna get there. And yeah, I think that's me surviving. I think the most important thing is me surviving because it's hard for me to survive when I know that there are 200 or 300 people in the same role that are way better than me.
Yeah.
So there's that constant pressure that it's like I want to be the best. You know.
Yeah. So, how do you then deal with an imposter syndrome?
Um, Little by little.
Mm-hmm.
I think for those that don't know, an imposter syndrome is that feeling that you're not good enough. You'll never be good enough. You don't belong here. You're lost. That feeling that you don't qualify. You don't have the qualifications. You don't have the papers. How did you get there? You got in right back doors. So your aunt works here. That's how you got the job. So you feel like you're not competent enough. So how do I deal with that? It's not simple. It's something that one has to practice on a regular. Um, Looking back a year ago, where I was, where I am, where I'm going, setting targets. Like those small targets, they give you that small boost. It's like for example, creating a video on YouTube. Um, if I can be able to post on video, it takes away that imposter that I'm not good enough to have um, 5K followers. You know, I'm not even thinking of 1 million followers. I'm thinking of 5K because that's where I think I belong right now. I'm not there yet. So there's that realistic um, expectation that I put on myself that even though I'm not good enough, I can work towards reaching a specific goal. So it makes it easier for me to cope. Otherwise, I wouldn't cope. It will be definitely tough. Because you get in a room, everyone has a PhD, master's, doctor. You see, they have different titles, and here you are. And then you feel like you're not good enough in a room with giants, and you're just a fish. So, yeah.
So, how would you motivate a person that wants to get into technology? How would you, how would you advise them?
um, I think it's not simple because I don't know what you want. I don't know what you like. I don't know who you are, but I know myself. Um, but what I can say is, what worked for me might not work for you. But I know for a fact that if you use the same principles, same things that I did, you're probably gonna get to where you wanna be. So for me to be where I am today, I had to sacrifice a lot of things. I had to sacrifice friends. I had to sacrifice time with family. I had to sacrifice my time, sleeping time. At some point, I was sacrificing my health. There's a lot of sacrifice that has to go into you wanting to be in technology or in the technology space. So you just need to put your mind to it, set it up, make have that tunnel vision that okay, this is what I want to be, this is where I want to be, and I don't want to be distracted by anything. And then just put away all the distractions. Like I remember at some point I was not even using an iPhone. I was using a very small dumb phone because my focus was to get into the tech space. It was not to have, the gadget, but it was able to produce something that would make me feel like, okay, now I can build an application. Now I can maintain, or I can simply host a web application or a website from an end to end. I can deploy an app. I can build the app. I can write code for an app that's fully functional. So it all boils down to what you want and how much you're willing to sacrifice for it. So, yeah, I think that's my motivation
So, for someone who doesn't know and wishes to know, what do you really do?
for a living.
Yes.
You don't know what I do for a living. Look, I don't do much for a living, right?
Yeah.
Besides sitting behind a computer, writing few lines of code, probably creating a bug, and
Your
then
wife will say that you're seeing blue and red
yeah,
and yellow
yeah,
words on the
yes.
screen.
Seeing all of those things, like those fancy things with the fancy setup. So what I do for a living is I simply write code, but not just write code. I architect a solution. Like I think a solution to a problem that the current company I'm working for has. My primary purpose is to be a solutionist, if that's a word that exists. So I need to bring a solution onto the table, and uh, at some point I have to write it in the code, and then it has to go onto your phone as an update. Remember that WhatsApp update feature?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, same thing. So that's what I do. Simple, dope, not difficult. Okay, cool. Sweet, sweet. All right, last but not least. This is a very stupid question, right? But but it can be a very useful question. And you don't have to answer it. You don't have to answer it. But it's something to think about, all right? So, why does sometimes ChatGPT give you wrong answers? You don't have to answer it, but it's something to think about, okay? You want to answer it?
Can I ask a question before answering it?
Yeah, you can ask a question.
Is ChatGPT created by a human being?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think like it just doesn't have enough information.
Yeah. To give
It,
you a correct answer.
yeah, it just have like your its best possible answers.
Mm-hmm.
Like nobody's perfect.
So you can't expect an AI to be perfect.
Nah.
Okay. That's an interesting point of view. Do you have okay. Cool. I think that's a very interesting one. But it's something that is worth having a conversation over on the next episode. So for everybody that tuned into this episode, thank you guys for watching, and we will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.
Cheers.